Welcome to Hauntingly Evil's quick demonstration on how Monster Tiki Torches are made. Enjoy. The first thing I had to do was come up with an idea. After that, I needed to find a container that would be a good size. I ended up using a Metamucil bottle. Then I needed to flatten out the clay so I could get a new even coat on the bottom. In order to get the coating on the bottle, I rolled little balls of clay and then I used my clay flattener to make the strips usable, flatten usable. A good way to make the clay more pliable is to hit it with a heat gun. Then once I had a bunch of strips, I began to wrap the bottle with the clay. That way I had a good base to sculpt on. The reason I picked the Metamucil bottle was because it fit the tiki replacement container perfectly. The sculpting begins. This picture shows the final sculpt on the left. It actually has the first layer of silicone on it. Then the middle picture is the silicone. It's completely encased. And actually on the right side, this is a second attempt that I had where after making a couple of the torches, the nose broke. Well, it tore. After having the nose tear, I got advice from somebody else and they told me to use a 6-inch pipe and then encase the entire thing. So that's what I did. And then the picture on the right is that's the platza paste covering for the old mold. This is when I first started to sculpt the witch. Just more progress being made on the witch. These are the different hairs that I was testing out. This is the witch encased in silicone, and then the plasta paste hard shell for stability. So on the left side, after removing the clay from the sculpt, from the clay sculpt from the silicone, this shows the two halves of the support shell. And then the third picture is the piece, it's the Plastagel hard shell put together and then put on the base. And then I rubber band it all so everything stays in place before I put it in the machine. In this video, I'm mixing together the parts A and B of the Smooth On 65D casting resin. And this is actually I don't know if that's the witch or the vampire. I think that's the vampire in the rotocasting machine that I made. So this is me operating the rotocaster. This is actually how each individual tiki torch is made. All right, we're gonna open the mold. It's looking good. Looking good. Not bad. A little flashing, a little off, but nothing horrible. Okay, I'm going to show you how I make the resin plug for the bottom of the tiki. So you got casting resin, you got A and B. You gotta mix equal by polish. pour stuff together. You have like, I think 3 minutes to work before it changes color. Once it goes off, that's it. It's done. You can't use it. It's always good to switch containers. If you can. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. This just so you can see. So that's the fitting for the broom. And what I'm going to do is cast it to make a plug to the bottom of the teacup. So now I can use any broom handle for the tiki torch. Like so. All that is the broom handle. These are a bunch of fittings that I made, ready to be installed into the bottom of the torch. Each one has to get individually put into the bottom, and then I use 1 ounces of resin so that the plug and the torch become one. It's vampire bath time. Okay, so after washing and drying, I can finally start painting everything. Painting takes a few days due to the drying times. I start with a primer of Createx Waterborne mixed with Createx UV-LS clear gloss coat. The gloss coat gives a better adhesion. After 3 coats of primer, I get to the fun part and make the torches as pretty as I can. I use the Createx Bloodline and Wicked colors. Each color gets a few coats, and then when I'm satisfied, I clear coat using the UV-LS gloss 3 times. I get 3 coats of that. And then after all that dries, then I can finally ship them out. These are a few of the final products of the vampire. This is the final product of the witch.
You think regular tiki torches are cool? Pfft, they wish they had this level of flair. I light up the night and serve major hair goals. Backyard vibes, elevated, haunted elegance, achieved. I'm not just a torch, I'm a statement. You bring the fire, I bring the fearsome glow. Get yourself a Monster Tiki Torch, and let's make the night legendary.
If you made it this far, thank you very much for watching. Please follow, like, and share. You can also see me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok.